Hi everyone. In this video, I'll show you how to create this colorful light burst background in After Effects. Let's get started. First, create a solid layer for the background and set it to a dark purple color. Then create an ellipse. Change it to blue and add some blur to get a soft gradient. Next, create a star shape. Open up the shape settings and tweak it so the rays extend beyond the edges of the composition. After that, add a blue color using the fill effect. And then apply some blur with CC Radial Fast Blur and Fast Box Blur. Now duplicate the star shape, change the color to purple, and adjust the shape and rotation. Then duplicate it one more time, make it darker, and tweak the shape so the star looks bigger and more solid. You can also increase the blur settings a bit more. Duplicate the first ellipse shape and use it as a mask for the last star so the rays fade out softly instead of going past the edges of the screen. Now duplicate the last shape one more time and make a few subtle changes. You can also adjust the blur a bit to refine the look. For this version, set the blending mode to screen, so it blends more naturally with the rest of the shapes. Also, don't forget to change the rotation slightly, so the rays don't all line up in the same direction. Next, duplicate the shape again, change the color to yellow, and adjust the rays, blur, and rotation to give it a different look. By the way, we recently released a new Bento titles pack for After Effects and Premiere Pro. It includes over 70 clean and modern title animations across 3 categories: minimal, kinetic, and trendy, so it's easy to find the right style for your project. Everything is fully customizable with smart auto boxes and auto scaling, so the titles adapt nicely to any composition size or aspect ratio. And with the convenient extension, you can add them in one click and customize them in seconds. We also released a free demo version with 10 title animations, so you can try it out first. You'll find everything through the links in the description or on Bentomotion.com, where you can also explore more packs and free useful resources. And with our universal license, you keep the templates forever with no subscription needed and can use them commercially in unlimited projects for unlimited clients. Alright, let's get back to the tutorial. Then repeat the same process one more time, but this time increase the number of rays and adjust the blur so they appear more defined. After that, duplicate the shape again, shift the color closer to red, and add more rays. Remove Fastbox Blur and duplicate the CC Radial Fast Blur effect. Now let's temporarily turn off all the layers and create a few additional rays. To do that, use the pen tool to draw a line and give it an orange color. Then open the shape settings, go to the stroke section, and find taper. Use these controls to make the line thinner near the center and wider as it extends outward. Next, duplicate the line, change it to a lighter color, and make it a bit thinner. Also, set the second line's blending mode to screen and parent it to the main line. Now add CC Radial Fast Blur to the line and set it to 100. Then apply Fast Box Blur to soften it a little more. After that, copy the same effects to the second line as well. At this point, you can control the intensity of the ray by adjusting the thickness of the lines and use rotation to change its direction. To keep the line inside the frame, use the mask we created earlier. Then duplicate this ray a few times and adjust the rotation and intensity for each one. Now let's add even more rays. To do that, temporarily turn off all the layers again and duplicate the last ray. Set the blending mode back to normal and unparent it from the other layers. Then adjust the rotation and remove the blur to make the ray look more defined. Next, create several copies and tweak the rotation and thickness for each one. Also, make a copy of the mask and use it specifically for these rays. Great. Now turn the layers back on and take a look at the result. Now, to create a glow in the center, duplicate the ellipse shape we made at the beginning and move it above all the other layers. Then adjust the size and blur and set the blending mode to screen. After that, duplicate the shape, make it slightly smaller, and shift the color to a warmer tone. As a final touch, create one more star shape. Adjust the shape settings to get the look you want. Then add a warm color and blur it using CC Radial Fast Blur and Fast Box Blur. Next, create a null object and parent the star to it. Open the scale settings on the null, turn off constrained proportions, and set the Y value to 50%. This way, when we add rotation, the star keeps the shape we need. Now duplicate the star, make a few small adjustments to the shape, shift the color closer to white, and tweak the rotation as well. Then turn all the layers back on so you can see the full result. Also, don't forget to set the yellow star's blending mode to screen. Looks great. Now we have a nice static background, but let's bring it to life with some animation. To do that, go to the first star shape and open the rotation parameter. Alt-click the stopwatch icon, then add +time × 5 at the end of the existing expression. Great. Now the shape is rotating. The higher this value is, the faster the object will rotate. Now copy this simple expression and apply it to the other star shapes and rays as well, changing the value each time so they all rotate at different speeds. Great result! With this expression, the animation will keep looping endlessly. If you want the background to animate in at the beginning and fade out at the end, Create two null objects and name them Scale and Rotation. Now parent all the star shapes and rays to the rotation null. Then parent all the ellipse shapes to the scale null. Also parent the rotation null to the scale null. Next, let's animate the rotation null using keyframes on the rotation parameter. Then select all the keyframes, press F9 to ease them, and adjust the animation curve in the graph editor. Now let's animate the scale on the scale null, so the background appears at the beginning and fades out at the end. Again, select the keyframes, press F9, and adjust the animation curve in the graph editor. As a final touch, animate the background color so it starts from a darker tone and returns to it at the end. And that's the final result. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. You can find the full project file in the description below. Also, feel free to visit our website, bentomotion.com, where you'll find more awesome packs and free useful items. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.